shared by Sonia, who was raised an issue that we think that it's worth considering. So this is what Sonia shared, and I want you to follow this story and then give me a call on 0302216541 and let me hear your thoughts about it, or probably your experiences. It has to do with your children in school, and for teachers as well. I'd love to hear from you. So she said that my son was in KG2 when he came home one day and said his teacher hit him on the head. At first, I thought it might have been a minor incident, maybe even accidental. But the way he demonstrated it, the folded hand and how it landed, I knew it wasn't a slip. As soon as he saw his dad, he repeated it with the same intensity. My husband's countenance changed instantly. He even told his grandma that same day. The next morning, while I was bathing him, he brought it up again, this time crying, and I cried too. I went straight to the school and I met with the proprietress. After narrating everything, she said, "Madam, your son Mitchell cannot be lying. Come with me." So she asked me to wait outside, walked into the class and came back with the teacher. Then she asked her, "Did you do what this child said?" The teacher said yes. She was trying to explain further, but the owner wasn't even interested, neither was I. Look, I nearly lost my mind. No child deserves that, not even the most stubborn one. And my son, he's gentle, quiet, and obedient. The school owner was shaking, near tears, and apologies came from every direction, but I left with tears in my eyes too. A few weeks later, I went to pick him up and I noticed that he had a red eye. Proper red eye. He tried to hide it, but of course I saw it. When I asked what happened, he didn't want to talk at first. But he said, "Mommy, my teacher didn't want to flog someone and the cane touched my eye from behind." Oh, that's not what happened. He was telling the truth, but also trying to protect the teacher. That broke me. That day and the one before it actually changed me. Parenting truly requires balance. You want to speak up for your child without creating fear or tension between them and their teachers. You want to protect them fiercely, yet not become, in quote, that parent that the school dreads. Teachers, so how do you feel when a parent storms in, angry and emotional, over something you believed was for the child's good? And for the parents as well, how do you advocate, without burning bridges? And I want us to have this very dispassionate conversation. I'm sure teachers have those parents that they feel that they are quite overbearing, or they just maybe, do too much. Do you have experiences like that? And parents, have you had teachers go a little over the line with your child? How did you handle that? Let's hear you. 0302216541. When a teacher goes over the line with your child, how do you maneuver? And for the teachers as well, especially, preschool, KG, you do encounter some of these parents. Do they do too much? Well, let's hear you. 0302216541. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, how are you?
Very well. Thank you very much.
All right, let's hear you, Mohammed.
Yes, Lexis. You see, Friday I was at the PTA of my boys' school. So this morning I wrote a note in his exercise book to the teacher, and I'm waiting for the response. And when the response comes tomorrow, me myself I will go to the school. Sometime I don't know. These are kids. You cane a child, and tomorrow, the mark of the cane is on the child. When we went to PTA this Friday, some of the teachers were complaining that when their children are caned, the parents took picture and they put it on group, WhatsApp group that all of us have. But what has the child done that you cane this small girl, 6-year-old boy? Then tomorrow morning, the mark is still on the boy. What are you teaching the boy? For me, this morning, but my child's homework to school, I wrote certain notes into the book to the teacher. And when he brings it back, tomorrow morning, I'm going to the school. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed. Okay. That's quite interesting. Have you had an experience like that? I'd love to know how it transpired. You can WhatsApp me on 055 as well. Let's see who's here. Hello?
Hi, Lexis.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Pakuju here. I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, Pakuju. Let's hear you.
It's let me just issue the disclaimer. Before someone chops off my head, no parent can be described as overbearing because of his or her attitude towards a particular teacher who is deemed to have misbehaved unprofessionally. It's a very simple assignment. I have gone to work. My child has gone to school. You, the teacher, have also come to work. And your work is to teach my child, not to beat my child. I know teachers will come after me, but I'm a teacher. I've been in the classroom for 33 years. And so I'm talking from experience that no parent and his attitude or attitude can be described as overbearing. You need to understand what some of us teachers do to children in the name of correcting children. It can be traumatizing. Look, sometimes you hear the story and you feel like going to the school and giving them your peace of mind. So usually when I go, I call them aside and I say, look, that's not how to go about this situation. Do teachers even know that according to the statute of GDS, before you even cane a child, that punishment for which a child needs to be caned has to be explained to the headmaster or principal of the school for him and her to decide the number of canes to give that child. And the caning must be done in the presence of the head teacher. I say, no behavior of any child would warrant a physical harm to the child's body. Not emotional, not physical. You've got to know how to treat children to get them to do the right thing. I'm saying this not oblivious of the fact that some children can be very stubborn. But you are the teacher. You are the teacher. I'll leave it to you, Lexis. Good afternoon.
All right. Thank you very much. 0302216541. Let's hear your thoughts on this as well. You can also send us a WhatsApp message on 055 It's a very delicate conversation. Yeah? Let's hear you. Hello?
Hello, ladies.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
I'm David Kropon.
All right, David.
Ladies, I'm not a teacher, but my shop is closer to a school, a basic school.
Mm-hmm.
And ladies, the parents, the way they will talk, and you beat him, you've came my child, and if you know what the children, when they close, they all gather at my shop, and you know what they do here. The last time I was here, I picked a cane. I said I will flog this boy because he pushed a little girl and he almost broke their teeth. You know, they don't train their children well in the house, and they bring it to the school, and the teachers trying to train them, and they are there shouting, "Why do you flog my child?" Like this, we all went to school, and if you are late, they will flog you, and it makes us who we are now. Now you see an elderly person, you respect it because you know what they taught you in school. And the parents are there. Recently, somebody went and took a father's gun to the secondary school. What were the days? Can you go for your father's gun? Your father will come and flog you in the school. So the parents should stop what they are doing and they should allow the teachers to train the children well. Because I'm here, I know what is going on. I'm not in the classroom, but I know what is going on. The children are trained them well in the house. Thank you, Lexis.
Thank you. It's another perspective as well. Let's hear your thoughts. 0302216541. Lexis, I'm a teacher and a parent. Corporal punishment of any sort is unacceptable. There are several ways of correcting the child. Sometimes even inviting the parents does the work instead of inflicting pain on the child. The consequences are dire, physically, emotionally, and psychologically. I confronted a teacher about an incident involving my 3-year-old. She didn't give me any tangible reason for hitting my son. I immediately took him out of the school and changed the school. Okay. Interesting.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Oh, I'm so sorry. I lost that one there. Elolo Do in Tantra Hill says, I completed just 21 years ago, but I still passionately hate my English teacher. That man abused us. There's a difference between correcting a student and abusing him. Okay. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Francisca.
Okay, Francisca, let's hear you.
So my son was a hyperactive child, and I know. So he went to school, and the teacher, he couldn't sit down. He would just be jumping all over, and the teacher just ignored him. And if there's anything, they'll call me. I was giving them the attention. One time when I went, the way the teacher handled my child, I didn't say anything. There were 3 in the school. I just withdrew all of them. All of them took them to another school, which was even below the school they were in. But if I know that my child can go to school happily, I prefer that to you manhandling my child for me. And so I had my peace, and my children were happy. So I took them to another school, and they are doing well. They are on the university now.
Okay.
And I was sad, but I didn't abuse any teacher.
Okay.
I just took my children out of the school, and then it ended the matter.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, yeah? Kwame in Abokubi says, Lexis, my children are my all. All the hassles we parents are going through is to safeguard and protect them. If I bring my child to you and you touch them, especially the ones in preschool, only God will speak for you. Walai. That's what he adds, Kwame in Abokubi. Okay, Kwame. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Emmanuel.
All right, Emmanuel, let's hear you.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
I don't think any parent will say that you have or maybe corrected my child and I am angry when you do it the right way. Like this, I have a boy who was caned in the primary school. Not knowing that my wife told me that he told me about it. And the boy is at the first year now. Yesterday he took off his shirt and I saw some marks at the back. And I said, Papa, what happened? He said, well, he told you that the teacher beat him and everything. From primary school up to now, the marks are there.
Wow.
And if you see the boys, I sure you told me about it. He said, oh, we told you, and then even my daughter said, Daddy, we told you about it. I think it was only God who maybe did not make me hear it. Because it would have been something else. But he says, boy, is now first year investing. And the marks are still there. Plenty. Like I never home. So the marks look go. The whole class misbehaved and they were fine. How? God bless us. Thank you.
It is well. Thank you so much for sharing yours with us as well. 0302-216-541. You can also WhatsApp me on 055-1111997. Lexis, during COVID, most patrons had it tough staying with their own children during the lockdown. Some parents wish schools never vacated. That's interesting. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, you're welcome.
Thank you, Lexis. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. And how are you too?
Very well, thank you.
What's your name?
Joy.
All right, Joy, talk to me.
Yes. So I have a question. Lexis, the teachers, are they also parents to their kids? And then what I want to know is that do they treat their kids the same way they treat our kids? So that's what I want to know, because sometimes they behave as if they don't have kids, or they don't. I just want to understand if they punish their kids the same way they punish ours too. Yes, that's all.
Well, the teachers need to show up and answer this question.
Probably.
Joy, thank you so much for calling, yeah?
Right.
All right. 0302216541. Let's hear your thoughts about this very delicate issue there. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name?
I'm James, please.
James, talk to me.
Yeah, I'm a teacher in the school.
You're a teacher in a basic school?
Yes.
Okay, James. Let's hear you.
Yes, it's surprising to hear all the contribution from the college. Yeah, it's like they are trying to generalize, and they are saying that they don't know why the teachers are doing that. Yeah, it's not like teachers hit the children and they try to escort this harm to them. If you consider what is happening in the schools, me personally, I don't support this corporal punishment or caning children in school. But if you see what the children are doing in school, the parents, most of the parents, don't train their children very well. So when they come to school, what we experience in the classrooms, if you are not patient enough, you will even be sacked from the school. And most of the times, some of the parents, the way they come to talk to the teachers, it only takes the grace of God for you to be able to handle such issues. So I want to, yes, it is true that some of the teachers are overdoing it, but majority of the teachers, they also do the right thing.
Okay.
It's not like all teachers are molesting children in school or trying to cause physical harm to. No, it's not like that. So when we are making those submissions, let's try to be specific.
Okay.
In some cases, the teachers are overdoing it. And in some cases, too, it is due to some circumstances. Even though I don't support this issue of caning, or even when I see my colleagues caning children in school, I feel bad about it. But I also know what is happening in the schools. And it's very bad.
James,
when in the house.
Yeah, when you say they lack training, what are some of the behaviors that they display that, warrant the kind of, treatment that some of the teachers met out to them?
Yes, like as I said earlier, when they come to school, you expect them to, they know the rules, they know what they're supposed to do. But you see some of them come to the class and it's like they don't care. You try to let them do the right thing, but no matter what you do, they know that, as I don't know where they got that kind of mindset from. They think that the teachers cannot do anything to them. So they will begin to do whatever they like. So if you are not the one having patience to deal with them, it will be difficult. If you are the quick tempered type, you may inflict those kind of things into them that also, at the end of the day, you will regret. So sometimes I tell my colleagues that yes, when you are angry to someone, don't even use the cane. Because when immediately they provoke you and you raise the cane, you may harm the child. So not in any case am I trying to say that they should cane them because of what they have done. No, not at all. Yeah.
Okay, James. Well, thanks for sharing your perspective with us here, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to pick one more caller and then we can wrap this conversation up. It's a very interesting one. I'm sure it's not one we can conclude now. This one here from Regina in Omanjo says, Lexis, I'm a preschool teacher in one of the big private schools. In my school, we are not allowed to use the cane, not even the ruler, because there are cameras in our classrooms. Can you believe that some of us were suspended indefinitely just because they saw in the camera we were using rulers to beat some troublesome children's legs? The children didn't have any injuries and the parents never brought any complaints, but the school suspended 3 of us for using rulers. That's from Regina in Omanjo. Okay. Lexis, in as much as I don't condone the severe beatings from teachers, I can say that some parents don't know the actual character of their children. I've been a teacher for 12 years, and sometimes when some of the school children come to school and see marks of canes and wounds on them, you'll be surprised to hear that it's the parents who did that to their own children. Some parents can't control their own children at home, but expect teachers to handle 15, 20 or more magically. I think we should find a solution to this problem than being too protective. I can tell you, some talk ill about teachers, so some of the children come to school to disrespect teachers. Lexis, the work is not easy at all. Sometimes it's not by intention teachers flog kids to get hurt. And that's from Senyo in Oyarifa. So I agree with one of our friends who just sent a message that, look, this is a two-way street, the parent side and the teacher side. We cry about indiscipline, and in our schools now, how we've handled these issues have contributed to the children we have today. Please bring this topic back for a longer and more engaging conversation. Thank you. That's from William in Gumwa. Let me take one more call and then we can wrap up. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, welcome. What's your name?
My name is Frank.
Okay, Frank. Let's hear you.
I'm calling from Achimoda.
Okay, Frank. Let's hear you.
Yeah, the topic is interesting. I overheard a parent saying that teachers don't handle the children the way they do with their kids. And my response to that assertion is the fact that, you see, in the classroom, the teacher has a curriculum to implement. And it is not a place where the teacher is going to pamper children like parents pampering their children at home. Pampering in the classroom cannot happen because you have a lesson to teach. So in a scenario where the teacher is teaching and the learner doesn't want the class to go on, what do you do as a teacher? The child is misbehaving. He doesn't want the class to continue. In that scenario, what do you do?
I think that what people are saying is that there are other maybe creative ways of punishing the child than meting out physical harm.
It's not about harming the child. The teachers don't delight in harming children. But the school is a place for a specific function to take place. You have a class to teach. You go and pampering children. Okay, a class of about 30 learners. And a few of them are behaving. What time do you have to go and pamper those who are misbehaving?
But I'm saying that we are not saying you should pamper the children, but can you find other ways of correcting the child other than maybe hitting them with a cane or a ruler or whatever it is?
Well, that's why counseling measures are there.
Okay.
You know, we counsel the children.
Okay.
In our situation, every Wednesday we have worship, and we take that opportunity to advise the learners to be of good behavior.
Okay, all right. I'll leave it there. I'm sure you're not getting my point, but it's okay. I think this conversation needs a bit more. We need to extend it a little bit to see other sides of it. Noella is here with what's happening in news at 5 o'clock. What's happening, Noella?
Right, now the Coalition of Unemployed Allied Health Professionals Association of Ghana is furious over government's failure to employ thousands of